Hello everyone, you're welcome once again to our Montessori training. Today we are learning about the cultural subject, which is one curriculum under the Montessori. I'm still your facilitator, Mrs. Maureen OLA-WILLIAMS. Now, what is cultural subject? Maria Montessori identified that the key thing to bring children closer to nature is through what we call the cultural subject. The cultural subject is a subject that encompasses so many other subjects under. Under the cultural subject, we have the biology, which is divided into the botany and the zoology. The botany deals with plants, while the zoology deals with animals. Under that, we also have the geography, which exposes children to landforms, to the continent of the world, to different things about the world. They get to learn about the world around them. We also have history, which exposes children to prehistoric times and seasons, things that has happened in the past, stories that have happened in the past, and the impact of such past to the present. They get to learn things about stories about Mary Celeste, who stopped the killing of twins, stories about the great men who has impacted us in one way or the other. Aside that, they also learn science. Under science, they learn the sunlight as the driving force. They get to learn about air, they get to learn about water, they learn about magnetism, laws of refraction and reflection. They learn a lot of things under science. Also, they do lots of simple experiments. Kids love to experiment. They have a curious mind. They want to do a lot of things. They want to dig and investigate why this is like this, why that should be like that. So simple experiments are actually fun for children, which is why science opens the doors and gives them opportunity for simple experiments. For instance, under science, they could learn air. What is air? Why do we have air around us? They could learn air as an experiment. They could perform simple experiments on that air. Why does balloons float in the air? Why does a wood not float in the air? They want to know, they're curious. So this exposes them to some facts on the science. Besides that, they also learn history, they learn geography, they learn biology, and so many others. So cultural subject has the aim of exposing the children to the world around them. Cultural subject brings them closer to nature. Cultural subject brings them closer to plants and animals. Children love to have pets. I'm sure most children have dogs or cats or rabbits in their house. The driving force behind that is to create a relationship between children and some animals, creating a sense of care within them. They get to learn how to take care of these animals, they get to learn how to feed them, they get to learn how to care for them, how to be with them, and how they become part of their world. They also get to learn how to cultivate, like simple gardening. They get to learn how to plant flowers, how to water the flowers, the importance of sunlight to plants. That's why it is important to expose children to lots of outdoors activities. Planting of flowers, watering of flowers, weeding of flowers, getting to learn that weeds are unimportant plants or unwanted plants that grows within flowers. They get to learn how to weed, how to maintain the flowers, how to water the flowers, how to ensure that the flowers have lots of sunlight. They get to learn a lot of things. For instance, on the geography, they learn the landforms. They know that the color of the land is brown, while the color of the water is blue. This is an example of the landform. Here we have a brown representing land, and we have the blue representing water. So these are the things that learn under geography. The landforms, things about the earth, the continent, the flags that represent the earth, and as well, they get to learn with puzzles. They get to work with puzzles. Children love puzzles. So they could work with puzzles of the earth, fitting in different continents at their appropriate position. Lots of these are ways to bring children closer to nature, learning about the earth, the shape of the earth, the size of the earth, the portion of the water, portion of the land, why plants grow where they grow, why plants should be taken care of, why animals should be cared for, ways to care for animals, ways to care for our environment. Cultural subjects is one subject that brings nature closer to us. Now let's go a bit deeper into geography. Under geography, the land form, land and water. As I said earlier, land is represented by the color brown, while water is represented by blue. Now let's learn about landforms. What are landforms? The shape the land takes, the position of the water, and so many others. These are very important. Here, let's begin with this. We have the peninsula and we have the Gulf. This is the Gulf and this is the peninsula. This is the Gulf and this is the peninsula. Under the Gulf, we have water and we have land by the side. This is water represented by the color blue and this is land. Under the peninsula, we have what? Land. At the middle, we have water by the sun. So this is Gulf and this is peninsula. This is a kind of land form, Gulf and the peninsula. We have another kind of land form, which is the lake and the island. Here we have island. There's a land surrounded by water. We have the lake. It's water surrounded by land. Water surrounded by land. Here we have the cape and the bay. We have the cape and the bay. This is the cape. The cape has water at the top, and then the down part of it is the land. And this is the bay. The bay has water here with the land at the other end of it. Here we have the lake and the isthmus. Here we have the strait and the isthmus. This is the isthmus. This is the strait. The isthmus and the strait. The isthmus and the strait. The isthmus is a long form of land that has the water by the side. And the strait has the water at the middle with the land by the side. They are both opposite of each other. While the strait has water at the middle, the isthmus has the land at the middle. Here we have another kind of land form that is called the system of lake and the archipelago. The system of lake and the archipelago. This is a system of lake and this is the archipelago. System of lake and the archipelago. System of lake has a little portion of water within the earth. You can see that the blue represents water while the brown represents the earth. That's the soil. The archipelago has opposite of the system of lake. It has water at the background and then with portions of earth in between the water. Water at the background, field at the background with a portion of earth in between the water. Archipelago and the system of lake. So with all these landforms, I hope you're well informed of the different kind of landform, what each represents, their names and their position. The cultural subject exposes children, or rather it teaches children the processes and the sequencing that are learned in the natural world. It exposes them to the world around them. For instance, it brings them closer to nature. They get to take care of plants, they get to take care of animals, they get to take care of their surroundings, they learn about the life, times and prehistoric times, things that has happened in the times, and as well, they get to learn how to predict. If they are exposed to history, of course, they will learn how to predict times and seasons. It brings nature, animals closer to them. It instills a sense of care and independency in them. Cultural subjects help children to appreciate their culture. appreciate the world around them, and most importantly, appreciate nature. Thank you so much for being part of this lesson. I hope everything that has been learned is well understood and well appreciated. I hope to see you next time in my next lesson.